Never seen a lame man walk, never heard a dumb man talk, never seen a blind man see. I promise you will change his name. Never seen a cancer dead, never seen all the poor get fed, never seen a prisoner set free. I promise you will change his name. Broken heart made whole. Never seen an orphan find a home. Never seen the weak find the strength. I promise you will change his name. Never seen the sick get healed. Never seen a mystery revealed. Never seen a death man raised. I promise you will change his name. Broken heart made whole. Never seen an orphan find a home.
What is up, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to 2024. It's the Big C and Bigger T podcast. I'm your boy, Bigger T. Joined as always by my best friend, Clint Clark, Big C. How you doing, buddy?
Man, I'm fantastic. You know, we're coming off. I mean, honestly, we took a week off because we did our biggest podcast ever. Most people, they do something that builds momentum and they keep going. Not us.
Not us. We take a break. Yeah, that's right.
No, like, look, we earned it. But no, it was the holidays, you know, and now we're getting, you know, the Christmas holidays and New Year's and all that. It's all fun. And then and then it's over with, and you're like, oh my God, I've got to recuperate.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, in the recuperation and then right into like, we've been waiting a couple of days to record this just because I am full of gunk, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
From here to here is nothing but congestion. And don't worry, Travis is on the other side of the state, so he's
That's
safe.
right. I'm not going to catch it.
He is Travis Johnson's a national treasure, y'all. He really is, and
that's right.
He's safe.
I'm in a bunker somewhere.
A bunker somewhere. Can't catch my gun. Can't catch my cooties.
That's right.
So, yeah, but the Austin Ledbetter episode, man, it's broke our view record on the
YouTubes.
On the YouTubes, we haven't checked the downloads, but we got to figure that's probably broken records because I think our previous record was 287 on YouTube.
Yeah.
I just checked right before I started talking, and we're at 460 on that one.
Nice.
So
yeah, it was a great interview with Austin. He's a good guy, and you know, we're always impressed with these young men, but I tell you, he just talking to him for that hour that we did, man, it was a good, really good to have a guy like that in the quarterback room on the team. You're excited about that. He's an Arkansas boy. He loves the Razorbacks. He's coming back to football because he loves football. And you know what, Clint, we did that well on it. And your boy here just jacked the thing up with his edits. I just left in a time when Ledbetter was having problems with his computer. He was losing power on it. And so we had a couple of times and I edited 2 of them. And then I thought, oh, it was only 2 times. And I just ran the thing then, man. I was getting it done, getting it out. Right. And I forgot there was a whole nother long part there where me and you were talking.
Yeah, it's so cringe. If you're me and you're watching, you're like, hey, did Brascom come through?
Yeah.
And me and Robert had been talking about me working for him. So you got a little bit behind the scenes there.
That's right. Yeah.
Probably didn't want you to see, but it did happen. And Travis does a phenomenal job on these edits. I remember the Coach Ricono episode.
Oh man.
Coach Ricoto has his internet through, but my guess is Fred Flintstone. Internet services. And God, man, you had to work. You had to
He
slide.
dropped out several times. That one I had to rewatch it. Like it took me probably 10 times longer to do it than it does normally. It was a tough one, but no, man, it was a good interview, and Austin was I'll tell you, he gave good answers to the questions, man. He didn't talk too long, but he gave you full answers. You know, some of these guys you kind of got to pull answers out of them, and not with him. He did a good job. So,
well, everybody wanted to know the same thing. How did Dave Van Horn take it?
Yeah,
like that was the over. So
the one thing I wish we would have asked him about, I was thinking about later, was I wish we would have asked him to preview this baseball team a little bit for us. Because we're hearing some good things about them, and it'd been nice to kind of hear what he had to say too, because he's been working out with them, and playing fall ball with them, and everything else. But anyway, besides that, hey,
number two in the country right now.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're always, as long as Dave Van Horn's up there, you almost expect to be in the top 10 every year.
Yeah, for sure. Well, folks, Clint, we got a little different Holy Shnikes moment this week. It doesn't have anything to do with sports.
All righty.
But your boy got a little fired up.
Uh-oh.
Got a little fired up. Got a little excited. Sonic. You like Sonic?
I do. No play. It's America's drink stop.
What's your go-to at Sonic? What's your go-to?
Well, you know what? I don't eat at Sonic.
Order.
If I eat Sonic, it's usually breakfast.
Because breakfast burrito?
Yeah, their breakfast burritos are good. They have, to me, the cleanest tasting breakfast, if that makes any sense. Like it tastes the most like you went in your kitchen and you whipped it up yourself.
Yeah.
That's my opinion of it.
I'll tell you something that changed my life is on the breakfast sandwiches, and I like a BLT too. I like to get their BLT, and you can order your bacon well done, like crispier. So it's not, because sometimes they kind of get it a little gummy.
Right.
But anyway, Sonic, and a lot of people have heard this already. I think it just came out this week, but they're having a special. A cheeseburger, a bacon cheeseburger with peanut butter on
it. I did hear something about this. I just like.
And then this is where your boy got excited.
All right, tell me about it.
A milkshake with peanut butter and bacon. And I'm going to go ahead and give you some advice, because I've done this before, Clint.
Yeah.
I was at the beautiful Daisy Queen up in Marshall, Arkansas. And, it's one of those places, if you ever go to Marshall, Arkansas, you got to go to the Daisy Queen. It's a jewel of Arkansas. Okay. And they have one of these menu boards that takes up like a whole daggum wall. And they'll deep fry and cook anything you want. And I asked them, I said, will y'all pretty much make any milkshake I want? And they said, yeah. I said, I want a peanut butter, chocolate, and bacon milkshake. And they thought for a second, and they said, all right, we'll do it. And so they fried up some bacon, chopped it up, put it in a chocolate and peanut butter milkshake for me. And Clint, I think I heard angels sing.
Oh, it sounds amazing.
Really good. Bacon goes well with
anything,
like dark sugars, like brown sugar.
Yeah.
Peanut butter, caramel,
maple.
Very good with maple. Yeah, I mean
that's a given. I know that's dumb.
Yeah.
But when one of my favorite places to go eat is Hash House A Go-Go in Las Vegas. And I probably told this story before, but I go there. Last night we were in Vegas and we were all, talking about where we're going to eat, and somebody finally said, we go to Hash House A Go-Go again. So I went and I ordered the chicken and waffles. So is it okay if there's bacon in the waffles? I'm like, what a stupid question. Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Like, go away. Just like, let me slap you for asking me such a dumb question.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, it was a no. I don't know if I can do it. And I've discovered as an adult, it's okay to say I don't like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Never tried it. Like I can say, like, yeah, yams. I don't like yams. Ask me if I've ever had yams.
Well, see, I'm different. I've got to try it, but that comes from as a kid.
But
My mom was always okay if I said I didn't like something as long as she knew that I'd tried it before. If I hadn't tried it, she was gonna make me try it.
But me, I'm not a very adventurous eater anyway.
Oh man, I am. I love it.
Like,
I'll tell you something else good I had. We're not a food show, but hey, why not? Right?
Yeah,
we should be. Look at us.
Yeah.
I was at a doctor's appointment the other day in Little Rock, and it happened to be on Shackelford. And so I went to Tacos for Life.
Okay, yeah.
And grabbed me some lunch, which Tacos for Life is one of my favorites. Okay, I'm down here in South Arkansas. I don't get a chance to get it. And so if I go to Conway or something, that's what I grab. And they have a special taco right now. It's chicken, like a chicken strips in it, with pimento cheese, pickled jalapenos, and a honey glaze on the chicken.
Say a lie, that sounds amazing.
The honey glaze, you mix you kind of got the sourness of the pickled jalapenos and the pimento cheese. And then you throw that little kick. It wasn't a lot of sweet on the honey glaze. It was just a little bit, but it was just enough to throw that extra little kick in, and man, it was so good. Ever since I've had it, I was like, man, I got to go back up there and get that. But man, it was
that
good.
Does sound good. Pimento cheese is one of them things when I was a kid. I mean, it's almost like a poverty food,
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Pimento cheese sandwich. Some people put mayonnaise on it, and some people wouldn't. The people on their psychopaths.
I always thought pimento cheese already had like mayonnaise or something in it. So,
like, really, people that put mayonnaise on pimento cheese sandwiches, they belong in Cummins for murder.
That's right. Yeah.
Murdering a sandwich, a perfectly good sandwich. But, we went to Twin Peaks and they've got the pimento cheese on the burgers there.
Yeah.
And amazing. And these are one of the things we're like, man, pimento cheese is actually pretty good if you know what to do with it.
Especially if it's a good homemade pimento cheese. Like someone makes it and they put a little more spice in the pimentos, that's just, anyway, I'm getting hungry again. All right.
Yeah. I know I'm intermittent fasting, so I got to stop talking about food.
Yeah. Well, folks, I guess we're talking about food because, well, right now, where Razorback goes, we'd be talking about basketball, and
I just said I don't want to talk about it.
But there's not much good to talk about right now, man.
If you go ahead and talk about it, I'm just going to sit here with my mouth shut.
Saturday, dude, Auburn.
Worst home loss in the history of Bud Walton Arena.
Worst home loss in history. Don't say that again.
Been open for about 30 years.
That's terrible, man. To Bruce Pearl.
Bruce Pearl over there wearing for the FBI, just putting a beat down on us.
Bruce Pearl is he's a talented coach, man. And I respect his ability, but I don't like losing to him.
Well, he's got the ethics of my ex-wife. Was that out loud? Sorry.
Yeah. So and so what do you think, Clint? What do you think's going on with this team? What do you think? What's the fix?
There's no chemistry. I mean, there's too much dribbling around, jump back, shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't watch much of the game, but that's been a lot of muscle in his team. When you have somebody like JD Note that can fill it up,
yeah,
and Note gets hot, then you're doing the thing. But there's I don't know, it just hasn't clicked. Team's got a lot of talent. There's a lot of talented pieces, and if you're playing a video game, you probably win a lot of video games with that lineup.
Yeah.
I mean, you've beat Duke, you've beat Purdue. I mean, you've beat some you beat some good teams. It just, for whatever reason, it ain't clicking. I mean, it's like, and you had some thoughts on that as well.
Yeah. I mean, you're exactly right. I mean, it's not clicking. There's too much isolation ball. Look, you can do that sometimes. Sometimes you got to do that, right?
Yeah.
But to where that's your normal offense, it's not good. It's not good, especially in college ball. And that's the scary part is everyone says, I mean, I said before, this may be one of the most talented teams, you know, as far as having experienced talent that we've had at Arkansas. Because all these guys are experienced, talented guys. I mean, L. Ellis, um, Marks. I mean, all these guys have done big things at other schools, you know? And so for them for us to see what we're seeing, I really think Clint is I almost hate to go there, but you got to go there. You got to shoot the elephant in the room if it's standing there dancing at you. Okay. You just got to, I don't know what that means. We're elephant hunting. That's horrible. All right. Anyway, but with the transfer portal stuff, okay, when we've kind of explained it every year with, okay, that's just Muss. He's he's got these new guys. He's got to build the team up, and then they get better toward the end of the season, right? And that's what we're still hoping for this year, right? We're still hoping that happens. But what we're seeing is it's going to get harder and harder because more and more of the team are these transferring new guys. And so, and you got a bunch of guys, you don't have leadership. Okay. You can have leadership. I heard Chuck Barrett on the radio the other morning, and he was talking about, he said, look, you can have leaders, guys that are leaders in the locker room, but they may not be leaders on the floor. He said, there's a difference. He said, there's a lot of guys that are good leaders in the locker room that people look up to. They give people good advice. And he said, and Arkansas has some guys like that, but they don't have the guys that are good leaders on the floor right now. They're not the guys that are out there on the floor saying, they're not the Corey Becks. They're not the Lee Mayberries. They're not the guys that are saying, oh, okay, boys, let's lock arms. Let's do this, And
everybody keeps wanting Devo to be that guy. And if Devo's not been that guy for 4 years, I don't know why you're suddenly thinking he's going to become that guy now. There's a lot of Devo hate out there. I mean, there's like, I guess, guys been there forever. It's just, Arkansas fans love to hate on him. We did it to KJ. But we need to see Devo for what Devo is.
Yeah.
Devo Davis is an above average college basketball player.
Yeah.
And he's probably going to be a heck of an insurance salesman. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't think Devo's going to the NBA, and I'm not trying to poop on Devo's dreams or anything like that.
Yeah.
And he may get a cup of coffee playing overseas or something like that, but Devo's he's not gonna make a killing in basketball.
Yeah.
I just don't see it. Hopefully I'm wrong, because I love Devo, but I mean, because we had I'm brain farting on his name.
Kamani.
No, skills and drills coach.
Oh, Bart Reed.
And Bart Reed on here, and he's like, and he keeps saying Devo's going to be that guy, and Devo's yet to become that guy.
Yeah.
I just don't, and I think it's time to say it like it is. Devo's not that guy.
Well, and that may be like what Chuck Barrett's talking about. Devo may be the guy that's a good leader in the locker room. He may help out with the guys, at practice. He may help out with them. But when he gets on the court in a game, he's not the guy that they're looking to saying, okay, where are we going? Where are we going? What are we doing here? And I think you're right. I mean, look, I love Devo too, but he's not the vocal leader on the court guy. He's just not. And some people aren't wired to be that, and that's okay. But here's the other thing, Clint. More than likely, the guys you're going to get in on the portal are not going to be those guys either. because the guys that are the vocal leader on the court are the guys that are going to start at one school and stay there the whole time, because a leader is dedicated to their team, and they're not going to up and leave for greener pastures. That's just the truth of it. Okay. That's just, I mean, you may have some every now and then that do that, but in real life, the one, the guys that are the big time leaders at a company you work at, if you work at a company, they're the ones that have been there for years. They're the ones everybody looks to. The guys that just kind of fly in, they may get paid to be the leader and they may make the big bucks, but they don't have the respect of everybody usually because they're hired guns.
Yeah, analytics is all well and good, and it's got its place. But there's an intangible that is not measured by analytics.
That's right.
Your Lee Mayberries, your Corey Beggs, they had those. You had guys that were good ball players, but they brought something else that just you can't measure.
Yeah.
You just can't, a leader of the team. Your Grant Morgans.
Yeah.
Can you tell me, would you look at a Grant Morgan and say, this guy's a big analytic guy?
Yeah, no.
No, you wouldn't look at Grant Morgan and say that guy's a big analytic guy. Brandon Burlsworth, not a big analytic guy.
Yeah.
And I put Corey Beck in there. Right there, you probably have the three greatest leaders in the history of the University of Arkansas, in my opinion. Brandon Burlsworth, Corey Beck, and Grant Morgan. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Take it for what it is.
Yeah. I think Lee Mayberry was up there.
That's a conversation for another time. Your mountain ranking of leaders.
Yeah.
Because you also, I've got a lot of respect for Brandon Allen. That man was
for sure.
That man would stare down a loaded gun and deliver the pass.
Wow, and they lit his truck on fire.
I mean, and I don't think he ever got the credit for how good he was. Brandon Allen's still playing in the NFL. Made a career in professional football, just hanging out.
Yep.
He may get him and he's always seemed to found himself in a good situation too. He made it to the Super Bowl last year. He's probably going to, he's in the driver's seat to go to one this year, and
he's in San Francisco. Yeah.
So
now, you mentioned something the other day when we were talking. You found yourself watching a lot more NFL here lately.
I have.
Explain that.
Well, part of it is Arkansas was just bad. And when Arkansas wins, I'm watching Trey Biddy's walk and talk. I'm watching the post-game press conferences, and I'm happy and I'm giddy. And when Trey Biddy's all mad, or our rival, when Trey Biddy's doing his angry walk and talks and griping about the team and the press conferences, Sam Pittman looking like he's been beat down, it's not as fun.
Yeah.
Now, I'm also a football fan at the end of the day, and I love football. And the thing is, this is crazy to say, there is more loyalty in the NFL than there is college football now. Because the guys under contract, they can cut you, but you know what? They may end up having to eat a lot of money if they do it. There's no delusion of it being an amateur sport anymore. When you get to the NFL, we're not even pretending anymore. Like, okay, these kids, they can go. If you're a starting quarterback in college football, why not hit the portal? Go to the highest bidder. Why not? Because the judge said you can transfer as many times as you want. There's nothing anybody can do about it.
Yep.
At least in the NFL, you have contracts and they, moves are negotiated and all that. It seems like, and there's stuff like Hard Knocks and all that, which I'm pulling for the Lions this year. I don't think they're going to win it, but that's who I'm pulling for. Just because if you watch that Hard Knocks season with the Detroit Lions and you don't love Dan Campbell, then you don't love football.
Oh yeah.
I love me some Dan Campbell.
Yep.
He's and I've watched quite a bit of this in season, the Miami Dolphins. I watched the Jets.
What do you think of the Miami Dolphins coach?
He's eccentric.
He's a different bird.
A different bird, but
seems to know his stuff though.
Yeah. So you really you catch that. There's not I mean the fans they gripe, but there's not big money boosters. At the end of the day, Jerry Jones don't need anybody's money.
Yeah, there's just idiot owners in the NFL.
They're just idiot owners. You got to deal with one idiot, And anyway, so I've caught myself watching a lot more NFL, and part of it's fantasy football. And I know a lot of people were, they were upset at the NFL a few years ago. But I don't know. It just seems by the state of college football, the NFL is honestly just more fun right now. Because
I gotta say, I'm wearing my Cleveland Browns hoodie today. How about my Brownies? The backup quarterback, Joey Flacco, Italian.
All right.
40-year-old killer.
Let me ask you a question.
A guy I've never rooted for until this year.
Now, given you can have any two teams you want in the Super Bowl, any two teams that are still playing.
Yeah.
Who are you pulling for? And you can say the Browns. That's fine.
Of course, the Browns.
The Browns, because they'd be one of my teams, but my other one may surprise you. I said I'm pulling for the Lions. But I'd almost rather see the Buccaneers versus the Browns in the Super Bowl.
That would be a good one to see Baker.
To see Baker Mayfield.
See, and I still have love for Baker. I mean, I
did. He's one of them I didn't get the hate for. I really never got the hate for Baker Mayfield, and he got some hate.
Mm.
But he got some hate. But
he responded to some haters his last year at Cleveland, and that's what really got him some hate. And I don't think it was fair.
No,
because he played that last year at Cleveland with a bum shoulder.
No, he did. Yeah.
And so I really I don't hold any ill will toward the guy. I was glad I wish he would have stayed a Browns quarterback. I think the Browns would have been in better situation now if they would have kept him. And if they would have kept the offense around his skill set.
Well, they never, and you keep seeing these interim coaches come in and do a good job.
Mm.
You really do. You've seen it twice with the Las Vegas, Oakland, LA Raiders. I don't know, but with the you've seen it twice now. If they don't, now listen, if you can get Jim Harbaugh, you probably get Jim Harbaugh.
Mm.
Outside getting Jim Harbaugh, if they don't hire Antonio Pierce, they're stupid and they deserve what they get.
Yeah.
Because that he has the respect of that locker room. And that's not an easy thing to get, is to get the respect of a locker room. I don't care who. Especially when they had a coach in there before them that just wasn't respected. But, back to the Browns, Greg Williams came in and they turned that season around with Baker.
Mm-hmm.
And what did they do? They hired the guy that was the offensive coordinator, and pushed him aside. They just, when you have a system that's working, you need to. I never would have made that call. That was a bad call.
Well, look, I love the Browns. They're my team. They have terrible ownership. You want to know why the Browns have been so bad since they moved them to Baltimore? It's because the ownership groups that have had them, and now the owner, Haslam, are terrible owners. They're all terrible owners. And so that's why they've been so bad. And that's why any NFL team gets bad. That's why the Chargers are so bad. Their ownership will not keep good players around because they don't want to pay them a lot. And so they they sell them off as soon as they start getting, demands for high salaries. So they get good young players. They do a good job of drafting, and then they'll get these good young players in there, and then they won't keep them around because they'll start making the, wanting higher salaries. And so they just let them go. And and that's why, and then they don't do anything to promote the team, all that kind of stuff. But
So
when the NFL, the one thing that's going to be interesting is watching the coaching carousel.
Well, there's 6 openings right now.
Vrabel got canned, man. I was surprised by that one.
Pete Carroll, I think they mutually parted ways, but he's staying on as advisor. Now, two different ends of the spectrum. Pete Carroll's 72 years old.
Yeah.
He needs to be focused on playing bocce ball or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
70-year-old going to play golf. He doesn't need to be, grinding like that anymore. Like, Pete, you paid your time. Sit out the appropriate amount of years and then get your gold jacket.
Yeah.
Vrabel's kind of on the other end of the spectrum. He'll land on his feet. Apparently that's who New England wants if they move on from Belichick.
He may end up at New England.
He very well. I mean, you still don't know what's going to happen there, but right now there's 6 openings, and there's a couple more playoff teams that may move on. So who knows? So which job out there right now to you is the most attractive?
A lot of people are saying the Chargers, but I don't think it is because the ownership.
Yeah.
To me, let's see, what openings are there? There's Seattle.
Seattle, the Chargers. The thing about the Chargers is they've got the quarterback, and that's why they're saying that. Carolina,
mm-hmm.
The Raiders, which in my opinion, they should give that job to Antonio Pierce tomorrow. It doesn't need to be open. Got Will Levis in Tennessee, and I'm sure I'm missing another one out there. I'm very far. Somebody's probably yelling at their phone right now.
I think Tennessee's a decent job. I think Carolina could be because they have new ownership. I think.
Yeah, and they're pretty sold on. Well, they better be sold on Bryce Young.
Well, and I think their new ownership is a lot of people are excited about that because the past ownership's been bad.
Yeah.
Washington has got new ownership also.
But see, none of those teams except for the Chargers really have the quarterback position.
No, you're right.
And
the Chargers could go win now with the right people. But the thing is, are you going to be able to sustain it? Or,
well, you got to have
you don't have
around it.
And you don't have fan support. I mean, even when you're good, you don't have fan support there.
Well, because they're in LA.
Yeah.
There's other stuff to do in LA.
Yeah.
The weather's nice.
Yeah, that's right.
Now I'm outside, I'm going to freeze.
Yeah.
But it's going to get worse. In LA, it's just nice.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much other stuff to do.
Yeah.
Go to the beach. Look at women in bikinis. Here, I go outside in the freeze.
That's right. No, it's a lot different, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting to watch. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Belichick. Kraft is good ownership, but are they going to be able to be anything without a guy like Belichick as a GM? Running things. Do they have someone in place that can take that mantle? Because I don't know if any of these coaches we're talking about, I mean, if they go with a Patriots guy, Josh Daniels is one of them, which he's failed twice. Why would you ever go back to him? He's kind of proven he's better as a coordinator.
Yeah, well, and he made that decision. And they said this is where he lost the locker room. Was that Derek Carr was without a doubt the unquestioned leader of that team. That was Derek Carr's team. And then he made the decision that he was going to cut Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Right? And then that's when he lost the locker room.
Yep.
Which you've got to be able to read the room better than that. You got to make better decisions than that. Now the portal season's kind of dying down, but a lot of the guys that we had in the portal have found new homes.
Mhm.
It's out there now. Bryce Stevens has withdrawn from the portal.
Okay.
So,
I
but
hadn't seen that.
let's go over a few of them and see what our thoughts are.
Well, of course, the big one is KJ to UCF.
Yeah, here's the thing: when a girl leaves you,
Mhm.
when your sweetheart goes on, you hope she trades up,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, you
Yeah.
hope. All right, she's with a doctor or a lawyer. Can't blame her. I don't feel like this is a trade up for KJ. I feel like anything this is a trade down.
No, you can't tell me he's getting more NIL money at Orlando than he was at Arkansas.
No, and I don't think it's about. I mean, I think he's making some money. Don't get me wrong.
He's getting some money, but I think he would have got more. I think he left more on the table at Arkansas.
I think he was ready to move on. I think he probably felt kind of like the way we all felt. Like, man, I've given him 5 years. It's been home for 5 years, and it given him all it's got him. I didn't. There wasn't a lot of hate. There's a lot of hate from kids hit the transfer portal. There didn't seem a lot of KJ hate. I think everybody would have welcomed him back, but you understood.
Man, I really think it's more like a Jordan Dominic situation.
You do.
I think a new coordinator came in and said, "Look, man, we love you, but you don't really fit our system."
Well, if he fits anybody's system, it's definitely Gus Malzahn.
And also, and here's the other thing. What I just said about the new coordinator saying that, about Petrino saying that, I could be way wrong. That's just me guessing. Okay.
We have zero inside knowledge.
He could also have made that decision based on I can go there under Gus's system and put up a bunch of stats and have a better chance of getting in the NFL.
Well,
So
I mean,
so if I made 850,000 at Arkansas last year, I'll take 500,000 from UCF and I'm still good.
well, you got to look at it like who is Gus known for getting to the NFL? Cam. Who's KJ compared to all the time? Cam.
Oh, since high school, yeah.
Since high school, he's been compared to Cam Newton. He watches the Cam Newton highlight video. It makes sense. Now, another one that in the transfer portal news that we didn't discuss this one beforehand, but I'm going to pop it on you anyway. Malik Hornsby transfers from Arkansas to Texas State, ends up serving as a backup quarterback at Texas State. Now,
who's the starter there? The guy from Arkansas State.
TJ Finley was the starter there, which went to Auburn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think the year before that, it was the guy from Arkansas State.
Okay.
Why am I brain farting his name? He went to Alabama, then to Arkansas State.
Yeah.
Is it Lane Hatcher? No, it's not Lane Hatcher.
Was it Hatcher?
It was Hatcher. It was Hatcher.
Okay. The wrestling guy.
Yeah. So he but anyway, but now Malik Hornsby hit the portal again, and he is going to Arkansas State, but not to play quarterback. He is deciding to embrace what he should have done at the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Does this seem like a small time move to you by Malik? Or does it seem like, all right, I can definitely play wide receiver there and get the hang of it? But
I think it's apparently things didn't go well at Texas State. I think it's a good move for him because I think Butch Jones is a pretty good name coach. He's going to have NFL connections for him, because he's got other kids in the NFL before. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a lateral move, really, but
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, I really thought that if he wanted to play wide receiver, he could play at a bigger time school.
Yeah.
And not to put down Arkansas State. I mean, it is Division I football. It is the Fun Belt. It is a good football school. I mean, they've had some success. I know Butch ain't the most popular guy in the world.
No.
But they've had some moderate success there, especially prior to Butch getting
They were in a bowl game this year.
They were in a bowl game. Arkansas was not. Of course, there's nothing more pointless than bowl games.
But the thing is, the Hornsby has ran some. There's practice footage of him. People have seen him run receiver in practice, and apparently, it hasn't gone well enough for either side for them to force him out there. Okay, so that makes me think he could have not gotten anywhere bigger.
And maybe not,
because he's so unproven at that. Yes, he's got great speed. Yes, he's good with the ball in his hands. But if he's not good at running routes, getting separation, fighting through a defensive back on the line, if he can't do that kind of stuff, then he's not going to. He's not going to beat him.
Just line it up and run you straight. He's pretty fast. So
for sure.
Now another guy that was in the portal, and this one of them. This guy was singing his praises all season long, and I just didn't understand. Even asked Coach Mullins, I'm like, why ain't they giving this guy the ball more? Should the head coach step in? He goes, we shouldn't have to. AJ Green, at least with KJ. You can say KJ went to another conference. We're not going to play him. KJ Green went to another conference, but we are going to play him. One of the things I will say this about the transfer portal is it's nice when they go to somewhere they're not going to play you. But at the same time, sometimes that's the way it works out.
Well, he's from Oklahoma, though.
No, he is from Oklahoma. He's from Tulsa.
That's part of it.
I believe.
I think so. So at least he did go, even though he's going to be someone we're going to play, at least he went back home,
Yeah, well, and it's not going to be a conference game either. It's a non-conference game, but two years back. And, it's, like Pooh going to Ole Miss hurt worse.
That one hurt big time, yeah.
That one hurt. That one hurt me. Because I love Pooh, especially going to conference rival. But I think it's a good landing spot for him. I think he's gonna we're gonna see some stuff out of him there. Well, and he should have got more touches. He really should have. I think we should have. If there's anybody that that got a disservice done to him last year, it was AJ Green.
I agree.
100%. You can say, well, KJ was throwing off his back. Well, yeah, but when he touched the ball, good things were happening. It was mind blowing to me how come, he didn't get the ball more.
I agree with you totally, man. There was a couple games. That one game he had 100-something yards rushing. He only got 9 touches.
Yeah.
And you were like, well, wait a second. Why did he only get 9 touches? And Pittman said, well, because we had planned for all the guys to get the ball. I'm sorry, man, but if one guy's getting it done on 9 touches, you get him up to 15, 20 touches, But yeah, that the other one, of course, is another former Razorback that transferred is Jalen Catalon is going to be get back together with Odom at UNLV. I think that's going to be good for both of them.
I really do. I do. No, I'm excited. I mean, I think it's a good fit for him. Get back and, Cat's one of them guys. I think if he proves he can stay healthy, he can have him a cup of coffee or two in the NFL. He's got to show people he can stay healthy.
For sure. Definitely.
No, for sure. But it's been and once again, I like it when they go places where they're not going to play Arkansas. Which, I mean, like I said, don't always work out.
No.
Arkansas's transfer portal rankings up to like 11th, which Ole Miss is number 1. So I mean, the portal's here and it ain't going away, and it's going to be one of the things where every year you're going to have to worry about this. I saw a statistic, and I believe it was every wide receiver between from 2021 to 2022 that the University of Alabama recruited is no longer on the roster.
Yeah, yeah.
Then they're all in four and five.
I saw that. Yeah. So just to kind of, I don't know, just throw this out there.
Go ahead.
Next year, football. Do you think the team is about the same as this year, worse, or better?
I don't know how good this team could have been with a competent offensive line. I just don't. And here's the thing: we had the quarterback position figured out, but I don't care if you'd had Tom Brady back there. I don't know if he could have made a difference because there was that. I mean, it was just you had guys out there, and I love a couple of those guys. They've been on the podcast, but they just weren't. They were the best of what we had, and they were forced out there too soon.
I wasn't ready. Yeah.
No, they definitely weren't. They really weren't ready because you kept hearing about how great the defensive line was looking in spring practice. And we kept going, hey, I wonder if that says more about our offensive line or how good the defensive line is. As a fan, we chose to believe our defensive line was that great. And our defensive line was good. But our offensive line was bad. There were veterans on that offensive line that did not play the way they had years prior.
That was the scary part.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about Limmer and Latham, who 3-4 year starters just looked like they had regressed. And but you know, they've hit the portal hard on the offensive line, so it all comes down to, is the quarterback position figured out? But here's the thing: you've got one of the best quarterback gurus in the country, Bobby Petrino. You got one of the best offensive line gurus in the country, Steph Pittman, with a hand. This isn't Cody Kennedy. This is the because he brought Kennedy in hoping he could develop him for a couple of years, then move him over to offensive line. No, this is this is the offensive line.
This is a guy that's gone and done it on his own some.
Yeah,
he's coming back under Pittman's hand, whereas Kennedy had just done it under Pittman's hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. So I think you're going to see the offensive line is going to be improved. So it's up. I mean, it's a lot of it is, I'll be honest with you, a lot of it is up to Bobby Petrino. A lot of it is hinging on Bobby Petrino and how he can develop the quarterback. Is it Malachi Singleton? Is it Jacoby Criswell? Is it Green? Is that correct? Green? Is it KJ Jackson? Who's going to be QB1? I mean, it is that is the big thing going into the offseason.
Is it Matt Saracen?
Matt Saracen. Is it Jason? Or is it Austin freaking Ledbetter, man?
That's right.
You know, all these guys are on even foot. Bobby Petrino's only seen them all on film. You know, I mean, I'm sure I've seen you see practice tape of all of them now, and broke down film. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun watch. In the offensive line battle, I believe Limmer and Latham have both went to they've moved on, correct?
I think so. I think one of them may have had another year, but I'm not sure if they're taking it.
I'm pretty sure that they both are.
Well, here's my thinking, Clint. I think we'll be just as good as this year. We're about the same or better.
I don't think you'll see.
If we're better, then here's my thing. And I don't want to be too I'm wondering if some of the issues wasn't some more in the locker room type stuff. And I'm wondering if we see them get better, then more than likely it's people that were gone, like coaches, that were holding us back this year.
Yeah. Well, and there's something to be said. I remember when I played for the Central Arkansas Rhinos, I was the starting center for them, and I played my tail off for them. And then the owner of the team gives Rico, your buddy, brand new pair of cleats. Just like, hey, here's some knee cleats.
Yeah.
Like, I'm clearing the way for him. Like, Rico's making a killing running 25 behind me, Jermaine Brown, and Jason Vonneberger, 3 former college offensive linemen. They both played. I hung out. But I played for the Rhinos. But, I mean, so he's made a killing behind there, and he gets new cleats, and I basically make nothing. Imagine your highlight of your season is making $200 coming on the Big C Bigger T podcast, and KJ's pulling up in a cherry red Corvette wearing $100,000 chain.
Yeah, that's got to cause problems, and we know the year before that was causing problems because that's why the strength and conditioning coach was gone.
Yeah, because
he was letting people know, hey, KJ's getting a bag. So-and-so's getting a bag. So-and-so's getting, they're getting all this money. Look how much money they're getting. Where's your money at? Where's your money at? And it was causing problems on the team. So we know that was happening. We know that's been an issue in the past.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering because look, when I go back and watch some of the game film from last year, yes, Enos, the offense didn't fit right. But I believe some of it was some players wasn't buying into it and wasn't doing the right things to make the offense work either.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%.
And if that's happening, yes, you got to get rid of the coach because you can't just get rid of a bunch of players that are making it not work.
And you can, and when you have deficiencies, at this level, I mean, Pittman summed it up best. He goes, we did what we practiced, and by the next week, they had figured out what we had done to hide our deficiencies.
Yeah.
Auburn, those coaches figured it out. We tried to hide that defensive coordinator as our defensive coordinator. So,
hey, I think I got some breaking news.
Oh, yep. Breaking news.
It's happening while we're on the podcast.
Oh,
Nick Saban is retiring.
Are you serious?
It's front page of ESPN right now on their app.
I don't believe it.
Pull up their app.
No. First off,
I got a text from a friend about it, and then I went to ESPN. Sources: Alabama coach Nick Saban retiring. Who's going to take over for Saban?
Here, I wouldn't touch that job with a 10-foot pole.
No, sir.
Absolutely not.
You do not want to be the guy that follows the guy.
You want to be the guy that follows the guy that follows the guy.
Exactly.
You don't want to be Ron Zook. You want to be Urban Meyer.
That's right.
You don't want to be well, that's about it. But a lot of people have said Dabo forever.
But see, Dabo won't now because he won't do the portal stuff. He won't mess with a lot of the NIL stuff, and you're going to have to do some of that. Do they go after Kiffin?
I don't know if Kiffin fits.
I don't know either.
To me, Lane Kiffin is perfect where Lane Kiffin is.
Exactly. Because you can you can hide a lot of stuff in Mississippi. There's lots of ghosts to be hidden in Mississippi. You know what I mean? Like you can hide some stuff there that you can't hide in Alabama.
100%. One more thing I want to bring on before we wrap this up. I was watching some bowl games, and it's finally happened, Travis.
What's that?
And I texted Eli. I said, I hate Missouri. I hate them.
Yeah.
I can't stand them. I can't. Right. I don't know these Drinkwitz. I want to slap him.
Yep.
Like, I just want to let that out there. Like, it is officially, you know what, guys? It is officially rivalry. I hate you.
Yeah.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
That's right.
That's it. I hate you.
Get rid of them. That's right.
I hate you.
That's right.
Put up your billboards. It's cute, but no, I hate you.
That's right.
Hope you lose every game. Hope you go 1-12 next year.
Yep. Well, folks, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Please share, like, subscribe, all those things. Okay. Look, me and Clint love doing this podcast.
We do. I'm here fighting the illness.
We love doing it. Okay. But we can't do this without you guys. We can't do it without you sharing it, liking it, letting people know about it. Okay. We don't make any money off this. In fact, this cost us a lot of money to do. I
paid Austin Light better money out of my pocket.
Yeah. And we've spent a lot of money out of our pockets to make this happen. We do it because we like doing it. We're creative. It gives us an outlet to be creative, and we love talking about this stuff. And so, but you can help us out a little bit, but just by taking and hitting that share, or hitting that like, hitting all those things, because those things matter, especially when you're a small podcast like us. Those things matter more than you'll ever know. Okay. So please like, share, comment, all those different things. Okay. Who do you think should be Alabama's new coach? Who do you think it'll be? Predict it. All those good stuff. Okay. What do you think Arkansas is going to look like?
They can handle that job. Chad. No matter who they
left lane hammer down, baby.
Whoever they hire, they're going to drop that. He is going to get roasted.
Oh, poor guy. Yeah. Whoever it is.
It'd have to be somebody like Dabo. I mean, Dabo or Urban Meyer is about the only guys that fan base is not going to ride over. But
yeah,
I mean, Nick's also in his 70s.
Yep.
You know, it's time for these guys to go fish.
And good for him. Good for him to get to go hang out at the lake house. I'm sure he'll probably still be going around making some fundraising speeches.
Oh, 100%. But you know, his wife, he had one of the funniest jokes I've ever heard. He said something to his wife. He goes, in your wildest dreams, you ever envision we'd be here? And she told Nick, she goes, "You're not in my wildest dreams."
That's right. Yeah.
I'm like, that's great. Like, that's good.
That's good stuff. All right, folks. Well, hey, have a great week. Hope you're enjoying 2024. Hope you're blessed and just having a great time, and hope it's been a great year so far for you. And make the best out of it. Everywhere you are, be all there. Peace.
Sweat, work, filthy, dirt, harvest, hurt, kingdom come. Sweat, work, filthy, dirt, harvest, hurt, kingdom come. Listen, that's why I sweat when I work. My hands get filthy down in this dirt. Won't see no harvest till I hurt. Crying your kingdom come. Listen, I wake up in the morning, I bow my head to pray. Mama told me if I don't, ain't nothing gonna change. These prayers breaking up hard drive so I can sow the seed. Ain't afraid of no aches and pain. Lord knows I gotta follow his lead. That's why I sweat when I work. My hands get filthy down in this dirt. Won't see no harvest till I hurt. Crying your kingdom come. Oh, I sweat when I work. My hands get filthy down in this dirt. Won't see no harvest till I hurt. Crying your kingdom come. Sun beating down so hard, I can barely breathe. Hard to sing a joyful song, the words got me on my knees. Then the gentle breeze blows by, pick me up right on time. Listen.